Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Nosferatu, your friendly neighborhood Mexican film critic. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys are having a good week and everything. I passed 90 subs, so thank you everybody who's been supporting me. I appreciate all the love from all the shorts I've been doing. I kind of have to do this because I keep having a crackhead break in and threaten me, so hopefully he doesn't keep coming back because the guy scares the shit out of me.
Me too.
Yep, so what I wanted to do today, simply because I watched this weekend. I did do a one syllable movie review of it, but I kind of wanted, I already had the idea to make the video about it, so I'm going to do a couple more examples of it, but I did want to talk about originals versus remakes. Let's get into it.
Originals versus Remakes.
Alright, so originals versus remakes. What's good about them, what's bad about them, which ones I like, which ones kind of suck. Of course, anyone sees a remake, they are automatically going to have a disposition against it, especially if it's something they loved growing up.
And why mess up a good thing?
Sometimes they work really well, sometimes they're even better than the original.
Blasphemy!
And I have some examples for that as well. First, let's kind of just talk about, I wrote a couple things down here. So nostalgia and impact is a huge reason why a lot of people don't care about remakes or reboots, whatever, because originals are often deeply tied to our age and first experience. This may be, they could be flawed and charming. Effects or dialogues feel dated, even though the remakes struggle to replicate the feeling and the energy of the original. So it's a lot of just our nostalgia getting in the way, and there's nothing wrong with that, because like there's something that we all hold dear that we loved growing up. So when you see someone try to mess with that in some sort of way, starts a lot of feelings and stuff. But I will say what can make some remakes a lot better is the technology and the effects. Bigger budgets, there's better pacing sometimes, and sometimes they subvert the genre and putting a new spin on it instead of like a shot-for-shot remake. And I got a couple examples for that as well. But what did make me want to do this video is I just watched the 2026 Faces of Death movie, which was an odd choice. Like, how do you remake that? I mean, you're not going to get the feeling of having to like bribe the freaking store clerk to rent the old Faces of Death VHS and watch it in the middle of the night and be like, oh, these people are dying. And so it's like, I was very interested to see how they were going to remake it. I put very low expectations. Actually kind of enjoyed it at a couple times, because I do like the originals. I mean, my cousin actually bought the whole pack when we were way too young to watch those movies. But with the new one, how they did it is a lady who is working at a social media center where you see all the flagged videos and you can, accept them or get rid of them because they get flagged. And what's funny is she keeps flagging like innocent, like, hey, this is how to wear a condom over it. Like, nope, that's sexual content. But no, you see someone get smacked in the face, like, that's good. Okay, good for you. But what she starts seeing is all these recreations of scenes from the original Faces of Death, but they're made with mannequins, but they have a real person there, and the person dies like they do in the movie. So she starts like, why can't we flag this? And it turns out because there is some crazy person who's actually plays Billy from Stranger Things. He's the killer in there, and he has been recreating scenes from Faces of Death with real people. And so she's trying to, even in the movie, her gay roommate's like, what, are you gonna go all don't fuck with cats on him? She's like, yep, sure. So ends up tracking him down, and I would expect it to be a little more violent than it actually was, man. I mean, there's a few dark scenes in there. It actually does show some original footage, shows some crazy internet footage, but it kind of tones down a bit. The pace was a little slow at times.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Even in the movie, the killer, when she's asking, finally has him like, why Faces of Death? Why are you remaking this? He's like, because with a remake, you can get away with murder. And it's like, okay, I see what you did there. Ha ha ha.
I'm impressed.
But still fairly forgettable, especially compared to the one from 1978. That can't be touched. There's been a bunch of other ones, and even then they bring up the fact that the whole movie was fake for the most part. There is still real footage in there, you know, corpses, animal stuff, a few news things, but a lot of the stuff in there was recreated. So it was, you know, not real, and him trying to make these movie scenes real, it was just kind of odd. It's a weird movie to remake. I kind of get why they did it, but like, you'll have a much better time watching the original Faces of Death. A few others I do have to bring up, and this one kind of hits real close to me, but Old Boy. The original Old Boy from 2003 was an insane freaking movie. It's like the gang stalking movie. You get kidnapped for fucking 30 years and then released, and then someone keeps fucking with you, and then you gotta figure out why you were being fucked with. And it's got a whole bunch of weird, nasty incest shit in it, some crazy kills. It ends on a very somber note that's like kind of morbidly happy a bit, but such a classic movie. Dude eats an actual octopus live in there that's got this huge, long, like a hallway fight scene. It's like 3 or 4 minutes uncut, just boom, taking on a crap ton of people. And in 2013, they did a remake. I think Spike Lee remade Old Boy with Josh Brolin. And I love Josh Brolin. I did love Old Boy. So watching this, like, yeah, it didn't hit the same. They did kind of askew in some different directions. They tried to recreate some of the most famous scenes as well. It even shows him, you know, looking at the octopus, and he's like, nah. Even they do the hallway fight scene. It's not near as long, but you can kind of see them taking little aspects from the original, but it's still just like it was kind of all over the place as well. Because the original one, spoiler alert for Old Boy 2003, the reason he got kidnapped is because the dude who kidnapped him back in high school was like hooking up with his sister, and then he told everybody, so the sister killed herself. So now he's kidnapped him, locked him away in prison for 30 years, then sent him out on his own to end up hooking up with his own daughter.
Oh, that's nasty.
Fun movie, great movie. And the 2013 one, it's more of a dad who is just banging his entire family, and then Josh Brolin's character back in high school walked in on this girl having relations with her father, as one does.
Hey, what now?
And that's kind of where that was. So it did still do some different stuff than the original, but doesn't even hold a candle to the first one. And as for some that are actually way better than the original, and I will fight you for it, Judge Dredd from 1995, fine, fun, Sylvester Stallone movie. But Dredd from 2012 with frickin' Carl Urban, man.
Oi, cunt.
Badass fucking movie, dude, from the start to finish. It's just super serious, has a cool tone. How it's like lit and saturated and very like dreamlike, but also super violent. Hands down, badass movie. Like, you can just throw that in and be like, well, that's a good ass fucking movie. The old one's fine too. It's just like I said, that there's a bit of campiness too there that doesn't really hold up. It's got Rob Schneider in there. Rob Schneider is a carrot.
Rob Schneider is the Stapler, rated PG-13.
Like, but I mean, it was a 90s movie. You're gonna do what you're gonna do in a 90s movie. We can't change what the 90s was, because it just is. But yeah, that's another kind of original versus remake I think is way better than the original. Another one, and this is just based on me, I have not seen this original movie yet. I might eventually check it out, but the original Hills Have Eyes, and I know they did, it was a 70 something. The Hills Have Eyes remake from 2006. I remember seeing that in theaters and blown away. It was incredibly violent, super dark, very 4C vibes is what I'm gonna say. And then just the super dweeby dad becoming a super badass at the end to get his baby. Like, that could be in the original. Like I said, I haven't seen it. I can't judge it based on that, but it seems like it definitely took its own, like, darker turn as well. Solid fucking movie. Second one was fine too. It was kind of gross, but I like some gross stuff. And as for more that put a new spin on it and not a shot-for-shot remake, and this one I actually have seen the original, and I have talked about this movie in one of my old videos. Go see The Joy of Body Horror.
Check it out.
But The Fly. The original Fly was from 1958, and then the remake with David Cronenberg and Jeff Goldblum. Yes, the one with Jeff Goldblum completely reinvented what the story was. The original one, he does get kind of swapped around as a little bug head and help me, help me. I realized that little help me is from the original Fly. He's about to get eaten by a spider when they realize he's freaking still stuck as a fly person. But the Cronenberg one, Jesus Christ, man. Insane. It's probably the most approachable Cronenberg movie you could watch because who doesn't love Jeff Goldblum? And then you get to see him descend into this madness, fleshy monster where he's pulling his teeth out, pull his dick off in a jar. He's like vomiting on people to like melt their skin so he can eat it. Insane fucking movie. 1,000 times better than the 50s one, man. I'm like, it has to be. It just has to be. It's too good of a fucking movie.
Damn right.
So that's one where they definitely do put a new spin on it, which, you know, it takes the original and makes a fresh remake out of it. And that's what would upset a lot of people is when you're watching a remake of a beloved movie, and if they're just doing shot-for-shot remake, like sometimes it's like there's no soul to it, man. You're just trying to cash in on something people love instead of like, how can we reinvent this to make it a better movie, to make it its own separate entity. I got a couple more here. And the next one, I talked about this too in The Joy of Body Horror, and I think everyone will agree. I'm not going to get into the arguments of is it a remake, is it a sequel, a prequel? Don't give a fuck. John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982 is leagues better than The Thing from Another World from 1951. And that's another where it completely takes the concept and idea of being isolated in these icy mountains and finding an alien that, you know, is attacking everybody, and then it makes Among Us, it's just Among Us the movie with insane special effects. They still hold up to this day, completely badass. And every time I even watch it, you still are confused, like who's infected, who's not infected. Is it that guy? Is it that guy? Sometimes we don't find out.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Another great example of how to take an existing IP and make it something completely its own. And I mean, I don't think it even did well financially when it came out, but like now you can't not talk about The Thing as like a god tier horror movie, dude. It's still breathtaking till this day. You can still like, oh my god, it's fucking wild to see heads popping off and spider limbs growing out and chest opening, biting people's freaking arms off and shit. Completely wild. Absolutely love it. And then the last couple ones I want to talk about that I think are better than the originals. The original 1984 Dune from David Lynch. Still a fun movie. I do love David Lynch. He does have his own brand of movie. Like, you can watch something not knowing it's him, but like this feels Lynchian, which is kind of pompous to say that it's very Lynchian, but you can tell it's David Lynch, man. He's weird. He has talking logs and shit. The Dune from 2017, the Denis Villeneuve, I think, was the guy who made it. Incredible. The Dune movies are incredible. I cannot wait for the third one. For something that has so much lore, it's got like 6 books with downfalls of societies and the sun becomes a sandworm. Like, I doubt they're going to get that far in it. Compared to the original one, it is leagues above where it could have been. But I also heard David Lynch doesn't necessarily even enjoy his Dune movie. He was kind of like obligated to do it. But it's still like a fun little campy watch from the 80s, man. You can't, it's a fun watch. It's got Sting and shit in there wearing some crazy space underwear. Dune 2017, and then Dune Prophecy, and then I think Messiah is the next one. Blows the original ones out of the water. And for my last two here, I know I'm kind of speeding through these, but because there's a lot of examples, I'm not even putting all the examples on here. I just picked a few that I think are fucking awesome and way better. I haven't watched the original one. I know it was based on like Seven Samurai or something, but the 2010 13 Assassins, based on the 1963 13 Assassins, where there is a bunch of samurai. There's a crazy like dictator type leader who is just causing havoc. The movie opens up with him forcing himself on someone's wife, and so when the husband comes in there upset, cuts his head off, And then the woman's crying because her husband died, so cuts her head off, and he's like, why do they always fight? And like,
'Cause you suck!
it's insane, man. It starts off brutal. The freaking fights in there are insane, dude. They're brutal. And it kind of, it's one of those that made me like stop to be like, geez, man, this was, they did this because what kind of got all the samurais up in arms was they had a woman who had her arms and legs severed and her tongue was cut out, and she was just used as an object to please everybody. And she's not the only one, so you get 13 different samurais just coming together to go fight the oppressive sons of bitches. And very violent, very dark movie, but absolutely incredible. You will have to read it, and there's nothing wrong with subtitles. If you can't get over subtitles, you're missing out on so many good goddamn movies. Like, get out of your own way.
Little bitch.
Enjoy some foreign films there. And for my final one, as if y'all don't know already, It 2017. I do like the original It with Tim Curry and his Pennywise, and I'm not gonna lie, it did scare the shit out of me when I was a child. But it actually wasn't the clown that scared me in that movie when I watched it. It was when the dead friend slides from under the bed with the bullet in his fucking head or something. That scared the shit out of me because I was like, man, there's just dead people under my bed. And like I said, it's a good 3 hour straight to TV movie. I will never dog Tim Curry in his performance. He was a great Pennywise. He is a clown. You could approach Pennywise as a clown. He may eat your face off, but he's approachable. And then 2017, It came out. Just made him a straight demon. Super demon. Scary as hell. Movie had a lot of bite to it.
I see what you did there.
And yes, I'm sticking with that pun as well, because he bites children in there.
Yum, 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 yum.
And when you open your movie with the death of a child, and don't get me wrong, the original one did as well, but it was made for TVs. There's not like a lot of blood or anything. You're just kids there, kids gone, there's a scream. Nope, this one says, screw you, I'm biting this kid's arm off. We're gonna have a bloody stump just bleeding into the drain, and then... The original Pennywise, much rather have him bite me. He has like some sharp teeth. Cool, okay, that's gonna hurt. It sucks. Skarsgård's Pennywise has these like needle teeth mouth things that look very unpleasant. Super unpleasant. It would not be fun. It seems like it would be a terrible way to fucking die. No one wants to go through that, but also people are like, I ain't afraid of Pennywise. Like, you don't know that. Eventually he's gonna come around and start scaring adults. I'm like, oh, your bills are due. And you're like, no, my bills. And the mail's gonna eat your face off. But hopefully he'll find a way to kill some more adults in the future. We don't know yet.
Or do we?
But yeah, I just wanted to give a couple examples of some originals and remakes, and why some remakes are actually better than the original ones. We can't stop them from happening. You can boycott them if you like, but ignoring all of them is a detriment to yourself. Give stuff a chance. Even if you know you're going to hate it, at least you can say, I gave it a chance. I had no faith in Faces of Death. Still, meh. It was fine. But now at least I know it's just fine. I know it's not like, oh, it's not the movie to miss out on. No, it was just fine. It's very forgettable. Just watch the original ones as well. And even then, I'm going to have to go through and watch some of these old ones that I never watched, just as a film critic and a film lover, so I can base on both of them. But from what I've seen from a lot of older movies, they just don't snatch me, man. They don't. I need a lot of shiny stuff. But yeah, want to do my little video there. Like I said, thanks for all the love and support for my little channel there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you can see all my videos come up. I am really hitting home with my content now, especially on the shorts. I'm going to keep those coming in between my videos. So I do really hope you enjoy it. If you have any other suggestions, let me know what other ones I missed, because I'm going to have to do another originals versus remake, because the list was too long. It's just too long of a list. I don't want to be here for 40 minutes, because editing just 20 minutes of this takes me at least 8 hours. It's a lot of work for me to do.
It's been 84 years.
I don't like work. I like to chill. But I do appreciate everyone sticking around. If you stuck this far, you know, I love it. Like I said, tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your kids, tell everybody, because It means the world to me. Peace out. I love you guys, and you guys have a blessed day.